We know, according to our NFSC's intel, like Miles was shared with us, the aircraft, the modern aircraft technology, which has been put into the spy balloon, the key technology are stealing from Raytheon. Okay, so it's not a secret because the followers we all know. But this report mentioning another, defense contractor, a huge military defense contract, Lockheed Martin's, and this CCP-linked intelligence person basically was heading a aircraft technology company supply parts for Lockheed Martin. So I think, with your MAGA, with American citizens and the Patriot Americans, we need to let the Defense of Secretary and this administration know that this is a top threat to the national security. But the second part of my question is export control.
Hang on 1 second. I want to go back to something you said about the spy balloon. I don't believe right now the information we're getting up by the spy balloon is totally correct, because they're saying that 70% of the technology inside was U.S. technology. I might believe that if, for one thing, they said that in their assessment it wasn't not just self-propelled, but they didn't have any of its own ability to steer, to have any steerage. I don't believe that. I think if you look at the pattern of this, of how it came across, it just wasn't in the jet stream. And particularly in Montana, over the fields we have in Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota, where we have part of our nuclear arsenal, the launch pads for the missiles, it kind of hovered over Montana for a while and then went on its trip and did various things past various bases. I don't believe that for a second. This thing clearly had some sort of steering mechanism, at least to me, and until somebody shows me otherwise. We tracked this on War Room very, very closely. We were so outraged that the government hadn't shot the thing down. That should have been shot down over the Pacific before it even hit Japan. There's a huge scandal here. And now they're trying to say, well, only 70% of the technology is just American, kind of off-the-shelf standard military technology. I don't believe that. I don't believe anything about this story. I don't believe it didn't have advanced Chinese optics in it. I don't believe it didn't have advanced CCP equipment. Now, maybe they're making that as a front story because the spies don't want to let it out, but I don't believe that. And I certainly don't believe that it didn't have its own independent steerage, because when I look at the pattern of its travel, and we covered this very closely, you can see where it's moving around and going in circles and going back over and looking at particularly the nuclear launch pads in Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota.